Hey guys, this is Mr. Weber, and I am here to show you how to do Intro to Flat Novice Level Lesson 6. All right, so we're moving on up with this, and throughout I'll try to give you some tips on how to do this faster, more efficiently, yada, yada, yada. So I am in the Google form for this, and as always, make sure you put in your first and last name. Makes it a whole lot easier to figure out who's who and all that stuff. And then you just kind of go through the process. We've done this several times, okay? Logging into your Flat.io, using your student Gmail account, new score, name it. The song we're doing today is Merrily Roll Along, and here it is. This is exactly what we've done before with Recorder. So you're just practicing your skills using this online software notation. So let's get to it. So I'm going to put this back. Zooming in and out is always a good thing for this. It helps to write things out a whole lot better if you can zoom in, zoom out. So let's go up to the top. And the very first thing that I always seem to forget in this is putting in your name. So I am Mr. Weber. And we've got that section done. Now we're on to the links. So I'm going to come back and forth on this. But here's something I do when if I'm doing this myself. I click the link. Right? Go back. I've got that done. It says sign up with my Google student account. If you've done this before, you know that that is right over here. So I click this. And if you've been here before, it should take you right to this screen. Remember, we are doing nothing with this at all. If you want to go into your old files, they're all right here. If you've been in here before. But generally, we're starting a new score, which is up over here. Okay? So I'm just going to go back and check things off. See, I signed in, click new score. So let's go back and click new score right here. And this comes up. Now it says we got to give it a name. Let's just jump back. Did new score. And here's the name right here. Merrily We Roll Along. Okay. This is worth 1 point. So make sure that you get in the right name. All right. So if you're not sure, jump back. Merrily we roll along. And then I'm going to continue. Jump back, click it off. I have now earned my 1 point, okay? Because I did all those things. So you got 1 out of 10 so far. Good job. All right, next step is to write this song out for Recorder, okay? So, well, kind of already clicked it there, didn't it? So if you don't want to search through here and find it, just start to spell out Recorder. R-E-C, and what do you know? It comes right up. I click on it. You'll see it pops up over here on the right side. So it's all set to go. I click Create. All right, so jump back. I've done this. That's another point. I'm now up to 2. 2 points done. Now here's the pro tip. So I don't have to keep going back up and forth up here and clicking between them. What I like to do is on my flat file, I right click, and then this window comes up, and I click Move Tab to New Window. Okay, this is helpful because it's going to let me switch between the screens a little bit quicker, at least the way I like to do it. So I click it. Now it's in a new window. If I want to switch back and forth, I hold down the Alt key. It's right by the space bar, and then press Tab, and I can select. It allows me to go back and forth quick. Okay, so that's my pro tip for this. So let's see, I did it for Recorder. Now it says key signature. Set your key signature to match the exercise you're writing out for, no sharps or flats. So our key signature is right here. Do you see any sharps or flats? I don't. Okay, so it's all good. However, for some reason it comes up that there are sharps and flats in there. You go up to here where it says measure, you click it, and then you go to here where it says key signature, you click it, and then you pick the one that has nothing in it. No sharps, no flats, right here. So I click it, I'm all good. But you're probably not going to have to mess with it because it should come up at the default as nothing at all. Alt Tab, oops. There we go. I set my key signature. That's another point. I think that makes 3 points so far. Just rolling along. Now, here's the big one. I need to write out the exact pitches and rhythms of my song. Should have exactly the same number of measures. At this point, I'm going to make this screen bigger. Okay. I'm not sure how you do it on a Chromebook. It's probably something like Control, Shift, and Plus, or maybe there's something you just push in. You guys are more than smart enough to figure out how to do that. I'm sure you are. Positive. So I'm going to move Mr. Weber up here so I can see this clearly. This is what you're recreating. I see one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures. So we need to make sure we only have 8 measures. Okay. All right. Alt plus tab. Oops. There we are. We are back. So we need to start to put in the music. So the first measure, let's say B, A, G, A. Okay. All core notes. Come on. There we go. So go to notes. Quarter notes all selected. B, A. Oops, that was supposed to be a G. So I'm going to use my arrow keys. I arrow over to the left, up, and there we go. And then this is supposed to be an A. A new measure comes up. Alt tab. So B, A, G, A. Now on the second measure, ooh, easy. B, B, B. Quarter, quarter, half. So B, B. Now I have to change this to a half note. Go up here, click the half, and now I can put in that B half note. Okay, jump back. A, A, A. Quarter, quarter, half. Oop, that's a half note, so I got to change that back to a quarter note. A, A. Now I need a half note, so I got to change this to a quarter note. If you want to, you see the number 2 right by half says 2, whole says 1, 2, quarter note says 3. You could use your keyboard if you want, and just click a 2, and it becomes a half note. Now we jump back. A, B, B, B. Well, that's easy enough. But I need quarter notes, so I click 3, B, B, and a half note. So I either click 2 or I go up here to note and click half note. Okay, let's take a look. The first line, they look the same. Awesome. Now we're on the second line. See that little 5? That means you're on measure 5. And you have a measure 5 there. All right. It says B, A, G, A. Well, that's the same as this measure here, isn't it? So we can just copy it. So we go, let's see, B, A, G, A. Sometimes this will scroll up and down on you, so you just got to go back in and move it. Okay. Back, let's see, we're on measure 6, so 5, 6, B, 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 so quarter, quarter, half. B, B. Now we need a half note, so you can press 2 on your keyboard. And that's what caused it to jump up. So if that annoys you, just go up and click it. So let's see, 5, 6. Now I measure 7, 5, 6, 7. A, B, A. And those are quarter notes. So we can click up here or we can click 3. A, B, A. Almost done. One whole note, the only whole note in the whole song, a G. So let's click that G. I'm sorry, clicking the whole note. And we're making it a G. All right, let's go back. You see how these double bar lines here? This means this is the end of the song, right there. But in ours, it auto-created a measure, right there. Hang it. So we need to get rid of that. And it's easy. The little blue dot is underneath it, okay? So we just go up here to measure, click it. Then you see this, these 3 things. Insert measure, that's not gonna help us. Insert measure after, still not gonna help us. Ooh, remove measure. There we go. So I click it. Measure is gone. So now we go back. Let's look back and forth a little bit. Do they look the same? They should look exactly the same because my picture in the Google form is just a screenshot from Flat. I created it in Flat, took a screenshot, put it in the form for you to create. So everything is the same. I error checked, okay? Because remember, that's part of the grade right there. I go through to see if you recreate it exactly. Okay. Okay. So we did that. And um, let's go up here. So we wrote in the exact pitches and rhythm. Yep. That's and it has the exact same number. Now that's another 4 points. I believe that puts us up to 7. So if you got it so far, you're doing good. Let's roll down a little bit. Dynamics and articulations. All right. Well, if you wonder what the dynamics are, here they are up here. All this stuff here. And articulations are all these things right here. Okay. Let's look and see if we have any of those in the song. Good. Zoom back in. I don't see any of those dynamic markings. The Fs, the MFs, the any of that. I don't see any dynamic markings at all. And I don't see any articulations either. The other thing is this little blue dot from when I screenshotted it, but that's okay. It's not an articulation. So we have none. So for this one, all you really got to do is nothing. Okay? 2 points to do nothing. So you go down here. There were no dynamics to add, so I've already done it. There are no articulations to add, so I'm not going to add them. All right? Ooh, there's those crazy kitties I found. The last section. Make sure you copy all markings, slurs, ties, repeat signs, etc. So I don't see any of those things. Nothing to mark. So we've already done it because there's nothing to do. Tempo. This one you got to watch out for because if you don't do this right, you're going to lose a point. So tempo, it says set tempo to 108. Okay? Because in my song, that's what this tempo is. See it? 108. Let's look at your copy or the copy we've been working on together. What's the tempo set at? 80. If you leave it there, that's not correct. That would be wrong. So it's easy enough to change. Just click on it, left click, and you can either highlight it and go 108 and then click save, or if you really wanted to, oops, you could just use the little arrow keys and press it, what, 28 times? So if you have nothing better to do, you could do it that way as well. Click save. Double check it. Does it say 108? If it doesn't, no point. If it does, you're all good. All right. Jump back. Go down a little bit. And I did set that tempo to 108, so that's another point. I take a moment. It says if you make a mistake, don't freak out. Always double check your work. Look at those crazy kitty cats. I like that. They all scatter when the mommy comes down. Good boom. All right. Now, here's the big part. Sharing your file right. You have 2 ways. If you don't know how to do it, either watch this short video, which shows you how to do it, okay? Or you read the instructions about click share, click change, click private sharing link, click copy link, paste link down here, because this is where it goes, right down here, okay? So since we're here, I'm just going to show you. I got to move Mr. Weber out of the way. And here is the sharing link thing right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on it, and I'm once again in the way. Okay, oops. Ooh, that should have happened. Click share. Now you're going to have to change this. If you don't, I won't be able to see it, and I can't give you a grade. Okay, I just kick it back to you saying, hey, I got nothing. So right here, this says private, but I want private sharing link. So I click change, and there's 3 choices. I pick the middle one, private sharing link. Choose. Now I'm ready to copy the link. So I click copy link. And what does it say? Copy. So now I got to do is go back. Come on. Go back to the form. There it is. And then I can do it a couple ways. Right click below and paste, or control V to paste. So my cursor's there. I can go right and then go up to paste. Or if I like the hotkeys and shortcuts, I just put my cursor there and go control V on my keyboard, and I'm done. Okay. Last step. Don't forget, you got to submit it right there. Let's see if I filled everything out. If I didn't, it'll stop and say, hey, you forgot to fill this out. There we go. I'm done. Okay. So if I need to go back and edit my response, you can always go into your Google form and do that. And that's about it. So that has been how to complete Intro to Flat Novice Level Lesson 6. So hopefully these are getting easy for you. If they're not, just keep trying and ask lots of questions during class time. As always, this is Mr. Weber, and I will see you later.